Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Bright Books Virtual Christmas Tour. And I'm your host, Portia Bright Pittman, founder of Bright Books, a publishing company focused on inspiring brighter futures for tomorrow. This tour has been all about highlighting children's authors who are doing just that for our youth, all across the country and world. And my special guest for this segment is someone who's dynamic and who's doing some phenomenal things. Her name is Dr. Deven Tellis. And let me just tell you a little bit about her before she joins us on the segment. She's a former educator, challenged by both her own children and former students to view the world through a different lens. Her love of writing and languages began at an early age, and she was often and still lightly, solid, correctly people's grammar. She's an avid reader and enjoys traveling the globe, especially via cuisine and storytelling. In her book, her goal is to inspire young readers to become the best versions of themselves. Dr. Devin, Dr. Devin, her husband, and two children reside happily in Birmingham, Alabama. So without further ado, let me welcome Dr. Devin Tellis.
Hey Portia. Hey everyone.
Dr. Tellis, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome. This is so phenomenal.
I'm so
I
excited.
am great. I've had some phenomenal conversations, but I was really looking forward to speaking with you tonight, of course. Now, for our audience who doesn't know, tell us the name of your book and why you wrote the book.
Okay. Well, my book is called Who's to Say? And I guess that my inspiration came from kids and just kind of growing up and considering the times that we're in. It's very important for our kids to be represented in books, in theater, in every place so they feel like they have a place. And to get comfortable with
Right.
having a place, you have to get comfortable with cheering for yourself. You need to learn how to be your biggest cheerleader first, because doesn't always have, a cheering squad, place to cheer them on, to tell them they can do anything at the highest mountain. So, in a lot of instances, with cheer yourself, loving yourself, learning how to advocate for yourself, just being a mom and being a teacher and seeing all those different things come into play. Um, I thought it would be important to kind of put that in a children's book. Just the earlier that we start encouraging our kids and teaching them positive habits and self love, the better and the more successful they will be in life.
Awesome. Now, speaking of, the earlier that we, inspired our youth with telling them they're great, telling them all the positive things that they need to hear to feel like they're great. What age would you say your group is best fit for?
So I would say that the target group for this book would be really 0 to 3rd grade. It's pretty easy reading, but it's a great message for anyone. I still love children's books. I collect children's books. My kids are older,
Right.
but I still read to them. So I think it's a great read for everyone, and it's a good kind of foundational block for teachers in their classroom, for just parents who like to read to their kids. It's some good conversation information in the book. Just a good way to build on positive thinking for the kids.
Awesome. Then, Dr. Tell us, of course, mentioned in your bio that you are a former educator. How did you actually get into figuring out you wanted to write a children's book?
Oh my goodness. If anybody who knows me knows that I would say that I'm a writer first. I've been writing basically my whole life. I was on the school newspaper club starting in 2nd grade. I think my mom framed my first article, which is quite funny. It's cool to look back on that. But as time has gone on, you become a parent and adult, you kind of put things to the background that aren't exactly as lucrative or aren't, quote unquote, the successful things to be doing. And, the older I got and the way things are changing in the world, just tapping into what I identify as myself or what makes me happy or what I can do that brings happiness to other people became more important. So always swirling around the background is let me write something, whether it be poetry, a story, any sort of thing. And just having this downtime during the pandemic just kind of gave me that extra push. You kind of sitting, twiddling your
Yeah.
thumbs, your wheels are turning, and you say, why not? Everything else is going on. Now is the time to jump if I'm going to jump. That's what it is.
Right. Now, of course, Dr. Tell us, you taught students and, you interact with parents and so forth, what has been, some of the things that you've received from students and parents thus far? Like, how do they feel about the book thus far?
Everybody's super excited. I think that a lot of people are surprised. Things that we kind of hold near and dear, kind of secretive or protective of those because you just don't ever know how you're going to be received. And, that's another part of my book.
Right,
I'm talking to me when I'm talking to the kids. Who cares what they say? Um, you have to be your biggest cheerleader,
right,
It's got to balance
yeah,
out somewhere. But all of the love and positivity that I've received so far has been awesome. People are really excited about the book. I have some teacher friends who really want to get it into the school. So that'll be our next venture in kind of getting it out there and exposing it because it's just a good read and it's a positive message. And we need a lot more of that today.
right. Okay, Dr. Tellis, now you mentioned, writing has been a part of your DNA to say. Tell us what was your journey in terms of writing this book, and what advice would you give other authors or aspiring authors out there who are thinking about writing a book?
So my journey was definitely just a learning process along the way. I kind of knew what my end goal was going to be, but I needed to find the pieces to put together to make that journey work for me. And what I have found along the way is that there are so many different ways or so many different paths to take on the map to get to the same end result, which is cool when it comes to being an
Yeah,
author. What's really been helpful to me are the different Facebook groups and support groups that are out there, people who are willing to just kind of rally around you and see you succeed as they succeed as well. People who willingly give of their information and don't guard it because they want everybody to have a slice of the pie. So my process has been just
right.
getting in contact with the right people. It takes the first person that you meet. There's several different companies out there that offer full publishing services. There are several different companies out there that offer consultations and editing. You just have to find the right group of people that fits for you. You can either arm yourself so that you can do it all on your own, or you can just put a team together. And this time around, I had a team since it was my first go at it, and it's been a pleasant experience.
Right. I would say the same thing too. How long did it take you to write that book?
How long did it take me?
Yeah.
It took me, let me say, I had my manuscript ready maybe about a year ago, but until I stepped out there, I mean, it was in my notebook because I'm just always writing things and keeping things for later. So when I decided that I wanted to turn it into a book, from start, I would say it probably took me about 6 to 8 months, and a lot of that time was waiting on the illustrator to turn over proofs. I was not the only client that she was
Mhm.
working with, so I kind of had to wait for my turn in the rotation. So a lot of it has been a waiting game. And if you're excited about your first project, it's kind of hard. You're sitting, you know, on edge, waiting for everything to come together. But
Yeah.
I'd say I'd say 6 to 8 months from start to finish. And now the other part of the waiting game is going to be um, in being able to offer books from my own site once I have that officially up and running is waiting on the shipping because we know how crazy it is out here with USPS, FedEx,
Yeah.
all of that. It's just such a big unknown. So I'm having people who want to maybe get an autographed copy, get a hardback copy that's not necessarily offered through Amazon. So part two of the waiting game is about that.
Awesome. Now, Dr. Tell us, of course, you mentioned writing. Of course, is this going to be your last project, or can we expect something more?
Absolutely not. Please expect more. This is my first book. Plan to stop. I don't plan to stop here. Um, this is an affirmations
Right.
book, I guess is what I call it. So I have a second book in the works. It is probably going to come out pretty soon. I might save it until January, but it's in the works now. And it's called Always Be the Light. And so it's going to be a
Ooh.
continuation of this affirmation series. I don't know how many books I'm going to have in this
Right.
affirmation series, but I'm going to ride the wave as it comes to me. But definitely expect more
Right.
and look for more from me because now that I'm started, I don't want to stop.
No, it's so hard to stop because everybody's like, well, when are you going to write the next book? When can we accept it? It's kind of like you got to wait till things come to you. You know, you don't want to put out things that people don't like. You want to wait till the epiphany comes, you know?
Right. You don't want to just put something out there to put it out there. You want it to be meaningful. You want it to touch people. And I'm definitely with you. You have to be inspired. And I'm gonna, keep on pushing and look for more inspiration. Continue to jot down things in my notebook, see what comes of it.
Right. Now, Dr. Tellis, of course, you're an inspiration. Find you out on social media and possibly maybe inbox you to get a signed autograph copy or something like that?
Absolutely. So on Facebook, I am Deven M. Tellis, just my name. I don't officially have a business page yet. So, writing is my life, it's personal. So I just kind of merge the two and welcome all who want to come on with me. On Instagram, I am Dr. DMT. That's DEEMTEE with DR in front of it. And my landing page it's up and running, but it's not how I want it just yet. But in the future, if you want to look up where to get a hard copy or an autograph copy, it's drdevencreates.com.
Awesome. There you have it. Dr. Deven Tellis, who's doing phenomenal things touching our youth, not just with her book, but also in the classroom. Make sure you head over and follow her on social media, on Facebook as well as Instagram. And of course, be on the lookout for her website. And not only that, she's going to be joining me on my radio show on iHeartRadio very soon. Of course, in the new year, that's something to look forward to. So this will not be the last time that you hear from Dr. Tellis and myself. We're looking forward to it, of course. Make sure you check her out. She's doing phenomenal things. She's one of those women you definitely don't want to lose from following on social media. So thank you, Dr. Tellis. We appreciate you joining us for tonight. Make sure you have a blessed, happy holiday season, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks so much, Portia. Thank you, guys. It's been fun.
Have a blessed one. What a great conversation, great people. I mean, this is the reason why I do the Bright Tour. But this is actually my first Christmas tour. And so I'll be doing more in the future, of course, because we had such a great time talking to some phenomenal people who are touching lives, and that's what it's all about. So, of course, I want to invite you to head over to my Facebook page, head over to my Instagram page. Make sure you click like and follow. Of course, you can follow me on YouTube as well at Bright Books Club, of course, for more videos, more information that you should know. I see you real soon. Stay blessed, great people. Peace.